controls it. He doesn't need to be part of the zone. He doesn't need to be part of ESPN. If there's a joint promotion who he chooses, that can happen. So he has that flexibility. No one else in the heavyweight division does. It's always, oh, they offered him. We offered $50 million to Joshua. He didn't take it. This was not the right time for the offer, and time will show what he's going to be doing, and it'll be bigger and more profit and a better career for him. He'll be active in the next 9 months. From the May 18th, he'll fight 3 times.
Yeah, just that the skill.
Mayweather Promotions' own CEO Leonard Ellerbe says that Deontay Wilder made the smartest decision of his career not signing with Dazn streaming app. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for ESPN Plus below using my link. It does help the channel. Now, Boxing Scene has an interview, link in the description, with Mayweather Promotions' Leonard Ellerbe. And he's talking about what he said to Wilder personally when he seen him. I quote, "I told Deontay Wilder this when I saw him last week. I congratulated him and applauded him for not taking the Dazn deal. That was the smartest move he has made in his entire career. He would have had a ceiling on the success that he could have on his events. There would have been a ceiling there on what he could make." End quote. Now, this has been a phenomenal year for my channel and New Media Eagles Army. I want to say thank you for everybody, believing in me and listening to the videos, hearing what I have to say. Now, Wilder received a load of criticism when they said he turned down a $100 million deal after meeting with John Skipper and Dazn. And you'll see on screen a screenshot. The videos are still on YouTube, where I seem to be one of the only reasonable people, who were saying, hey, all is not lost. I actually agree with Deontay Wilder's decision. He said he's betting on himself, and I like the payout, right? And you see, it says, I did a live stream. I was in New York, so I went to the Wilder Brazil when he announced the Showtime fight. You seen the clip at the beginning. Shelly Finkel and Wilder were asked about, because this was all around the same time in May when Brazil, he announced that he's fighting Brazil on Showtime. And I went to that press conference. I left the Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia. I live in Cali. Went to that fight, covered that for a week in Texas. Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence. And then I flew directly to New York, and I caught up with Wilder, just to give you guys some content. And you'll see there's a picture of me on the screen and the live stream I did, and I was talking about the whole $100 million deal with Dazn and Deontay Wilder, Dazn, $100 million offer explained, the baptism, and I really broke it down. Real reason Deontay Wilder turned down Dazn's $100 million offer, new quotes. And you look at it, it says 6 months ago, 7 months ago, 7 months ago. So these are videos that have been out about a year. And oh, what a difference a year makes. Vindication, per usual, on my channel. Right? Now you have Mayweather Promotions CEO Leonard Ellerbe and much of the boxing world who has seen, the Dazn platform, their shortcoming with the Canelo Alvarez fight. Canelo, the face of Dazn, the biggest star that they signed for the most money, taking a backseat to UFC 244. You've seen other weird decisions like to pick up a YouTube fight, mixed feelings at best from the boxing community. They made decisions to put Nonito Donaire and Inoue, the finals, to a tournament that people had been following. And if you wanted to watch it and you lived in California like myself or on the West Coast, you would have to watch it at 4:30 a.m. You know, there's been a lot of talk about is Dazn even making any money? You'll see another article online. It was saying why Dazn is desperate for money and they need Canelo Triple G3. So I want you guys to all think back, because I know a lot of you guys have been on my channel for 7 months or longer when this was the hot topic of Wilder turning down Dazn. Again, it's not even been a year, and people like Leonard Ellerbe and others are now speaking out like, hey, you bet on yourself, Deontay Wilder, you the man. And I think it's clear to see that Wilder has not capped himself out, which is all of which I was saying back then. Listen, it's looking so bad for old media. I told you guys, when he got offered the deal, that's cool. Deals don't go anywhere unless your stock drops. You know, if you keep doing well for yourself, which is what I said back then, 7 months ago, keep doing well for yourself, keep building your brand, keep knocking people out, and see, you know, play the field. I said I'm an entrepreneur. Like this YouTube, I got myself out of full-time working for other people's mission statements to do my own thing, travel, work for myself, wake up when I want. So I always support people betting on themselves because I did it, you know, so I could relate and I respect it. So I wasn't mad like, you know, the sea of people who were angry with Deontay Wilder saying he made a bad decision and he'll never get this type of money, and comparing him to Broner turning down $40 million for Rock Nation and all this stuff. And I'm like, no, he's fighting in May against Brazil. He has a working relationship with Showtime. He's been on their network. They've given him a lot of opportunity. They have, before he was a champion, put him on the network. After he's a champion, they showcase all of his title defenses. He's been with Premier Boxing Champions. Why should he switch sides? Why should he just sign to Dazn and sell out for some money? And I told you, the pay scale didn't even make sense. You're going to give him $20 million to fight Brazil or other, and then not promise him Anthony Joshua, but it was supposed that he was going to fight in the second and third fight of the deal, Anthony Joshua, right? And I said, how would he sign, or why would he sign if they cannot in writing guarantee Joshua? Another point I brought up is the mere fact that Anthony Joshua is not signed directly and exclusively to Dazn. So why does Wilder have to sign directly and exclusively to Dazn? There were other questions like, why would Wilder take 20 million, 40 million, and 40 million no matter? So let's say he takes 20 million for Brazil, 40 million for Joshua, knocks Joshua out in the first round, and they do a rematch. Why is he only getting 40 million the second go round? So Leonard Ellerbe is exactly right. I was exactly right 7 months ago. Wilder would have capped himself out and allowed these companies and corporations to make a lot of money. With the pay-per-view model, I don't know what DAZN's talking about, but they claim pay-per-view's dead and won't. But it's still a market for it. UFC has an abandoned pay-per-view. Boxing, we're getting more PBC pay-per-views. They put ESPN even did one. Terrence Crawford versus Amir Khan. That wasn't really even a pay-per-view fight, but they tried it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. They're saying streaming is the future. I get it, Disney Plus, and you know, but it's still a market for pay-per-view because you lean on the public and ask them and their buy-in to support their champions or the fighters they like or the events they like, and you ask them to chip in. So it's almost like a potluck. Everybody brings something, but instead of bringing food, you're bringing your $75, you know, and Wilder would have been capped out. Why would he get the same amount for a Joshua 2 and a trilogy fight or 1 and 2 fight if he knocked him out in the first round? How is that fair? Shouldn't he get the lion's share and more money if it was did crazy ratings? And beyond, I mean, I could go deep and I'll probably do a live stream about this, but there's other issues there as well. Like Canelo, he's not fighting Andrade. Andrade ain't getting the Canelo fight. Triple G ain't fighting Andrade. Billy Joe Saunders ain't fighting Triple G. Billy Joe Saunders hasn't fought Caleb Smith. So, there was no guarantee that Wilder was going to get Joshua. Beyond that, Wilder fought Brazil, knocked him out, went viral in May. Joshua fought a short time later, June 1st, and end up getting upset. So what would Wilder be doing on DAZN if Joshua lost all of his belts and the only way to get him back is to trigger an immediate rematch clause and hope you beat Andy Ruiz in the rematch? It would have been a complete and utter failure. And this is stuff that I told you once again, and I predicted. You got to wait and play the field to see what happens. I literally said this. And look what happened with Joshua. Knocked down 4 times. Horrendous American debut. He looked horrible. People have jumped off the bandwagon. They're writing him off. And now he has to face Ruiz December 7th and hope that he beats him. So, again, I beg of you, I ask you in the comment section, the people that denounce what I was saying and tried to debunk it and said I was foolish 7 months ago, explain yourselves. Tell me how Wilder would be winning and he wouldn't even be able to get Joshua. Plus, Tyson Fury's with ESPN, which we didn't know at that time, right? And, well, actually, we might have known. I don't remember the exact date when he announced it, but regardless, he's with another affiliate. He's with another brand. So how's Wilder going to fight Tyson Fury in a rematch if he signed exclusively to DAZN? So Joshua would have been tied up rematching Andy Ruiz, trying to get his respect and belts back. And it would have been harder to make the Tyson Fury fight because Wilder would be exclusive to DAZN, and then you would have to worry about DAZN and ESPN working together. It would have been a mess. And like I said, people said, oh, Wilder and Tank and different people should have went to Charlo, should have went to DAZN. But Andre can't even get Triple G. Andre can't even get Canelo. So how do you know Charlo would have been able to get him? You get what I'm saying? Especially being from a rival promoter across the sides of the street. It's looking real bad for old media. Just know that. It's looking real bad. All the stuff you guys said has been proven false. You know, Wilder, oh yeah, just signed to DAZN. It's the best money. Okay, now Joshua's stock. Joshua's one fight away from irrelevance. You know, let's just be honest. If he loses to Andy Ruiz, he's going to be in the same boat as David Price versus Tony Thompson. You know, and Andy Ruiz goes on to bigger and better things and grows. So, you know, I just had to do my Roy Jones. Y'all must have forgot. I'm going to keep talking about this. But shout out to Leonard Ellerbe. He said, man, when I seen Wilder, I had to let him know, you know, you made the smartest decision of your career not signing. Look at it. No numbers have come out except for Canelo Jacobs. So what type of future would DAZN offer outside of the money? Because you look at it, Canelo took the money, but it seems like his numbers are dropping and dwindling. It doesn't seem they are. You know, they said Canelo sold 10,005 tickets. So for a Canelo standard, there's other guys like Spence, who's not from LA, Sean Porter, who's not from LA, and they did better than that on the West Coast. You know, so Canelo's numbers are dwindling and shrinking. Some people don't even know that Logan Paul, KSI fought, that Canelo's fighting or when he's fighting. And you guys tell me that Wilder would have had a better, you know, that's why I told you money's not everything. Money's great. Everybody wants it. You know, people work hard for it and it can help you facilitate things, but you don't have to sell your soul. So I applaud, like I did 7 months ago, Deontay Wilder. His options become limitless. If he beats Luis Ortiz, he's going to be the biggest thing in boxing. I think he already is, but that'll solidify it. If he beats Luis Ortiz in impressive fashion, highlight reel knockout, that'll be a second highlight reel knockout in one calendar year, and he's continuously doing this. Wilder's a part of pop culture too, you know, with the Till This Day and all this. So, you know, the walls are closing in, and DAZN, they wouldn't be able to promise him none of this. If anything, just like KSI and Logan Paul, who had a fan base already, KSI and Logan Paul helped DAZN more than DAZN helped them from what I see. So it would have been the same for Wilder. DAZN would have been clout chasing using Wilder's brand and just paying him. And it would have benefited them more because Wilder's star power would bring attraction to DAZN, and they, on the back end, might be making a lot of money and driving subs and stuff like that, and you would be helping someone, and they would be, you know, laughing all the way to the bank. So we're going to see how it plays out, but checkmate. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.